Well, hello there, Bryant Park. Oh, come... Guys. There's enough of you out there for a hello... Oh, wow. And I've found my light. Hello, Bryant Park. That's right. Well, my name is Jessica Vosk. I am here and very excited to be back at Bryant Park tonight, celebrating another fabulous, fantastic, amazing season of picnic performances presented by our very own Bank of America. Now, who here is ready to enjoy a fabulous live performance by the way, not to brag, 4-time Grammy Award-winning chamber ensemble Eighth Blackbird? Come on. I'm very thrilled about this. I cannot wait. So, I mean, I am not wearing the green paint these days, but some of you might recognize me from that lovely green show in Wicked on Broadway. I have hosted, and the one of you who did, thank you. Now, I've hosted a couple of these fabulous events at Bryant Park. It's one of my favorite things to do. Last summer, I did a couple of these picnic performances. They're just so wonderful, and they bring such joy to this community. And now I'm glad that we're back. And this season of picnic performances, it deepens Bryant Park's partnership with an extremely wide range of New York's cultural institutions, which include places like Carnegie Hall, Jazz at Lincoln Center, and of course, the amazing Town Hall. And, you know, speaking of Carnegie Hall, I just have to do one shameless plug, and that is that I get to return to Carnegie Hall this December 12th, singing the live songbook of Judy Garland for the first... Okay, we're back! Yes! I am just so thrilled. It gives me goosebumps to think that I get to stand on the same stage that Judy did and to sing her beautiful canon of music. So that is this December, and I would love to see you there. Tickets are on sale now. Ending shameless plug. Whether you are out here on the lawn this evening, and there are a ton of you, or you're tuning in from home, welcome to this event. I would love to take a small moment to join Bryant Park in offering a special, very lovely shout out and a thank you to Bank of America for their support of picnic performances. They have done such a beautiful job, and Bank of America believes in the power of the arts to unite, enrich, and educate, and we completely agree. And these performances absolutely could not happen without them. So let's give a beautiful round of applause to Bryant Park and Bank of America for bringing free art, theater, dance, and music to New York City. Now, without further ado, I am very happy to share this evening with the Town Hall, and I would love to welcome to the stage Malay Araya, who is the artistic director of Town Hall. Nice warm round of applause, y'all.
Hello, welcome to Eighth Blackbird, a tribute to John Cage. This is the Town Hall Centennial season. We're continuing. And I wanted to just let you know about some of our upcoming programming, which will follow this event. A little bit about our season. I don't know how many of you got your tickets, but you should now if you didn't. On September 30th, we're doing a tribute to Bob Dylan's 1963 debut with T-Bone Burnett, Sarah Bareilles, the Punch Brothers, and others like Joy Harjo, the former national poet. We are including in our Centennial a program on women composers, which begins on October 15th with Meredith Monk. Yes, please cheer. Meredith Monk is returning to our hall where she made her debut 50 years ago. And this time she'll be back with Bang on a Can All-Stars, performing the New York debut of Memory Game. After that, on November 5th, we're debuting a Laura Kaminsky-composed opera with libretto by Kimberly Reed called A Hometown to the World, which tells the story of the largest workplace ice raid in U.S. history. And then we continue on to more of our women composers. In January, we've got Twinkie Clark, the queen of the B3 Hammond, gospel composer, Grammy winner, who will take to the Hammond, but will also be performing with a chamber ensemble conducted by New York's very own Damien Sneed. And to end and round out our Women Composer Series, on February 24th, we have Judy Collins performing Wildflowers live with the Harlem Chamber Players. Yes, so come to that program. We have much more going on this season. We're really looking back to honor all the great movements, musicians, leaders, and figures in our hall's history. But in order to do that, we're partnering with artists who are looking to the future. And I couldn't be prouder to present Eighth Blackbird tonight in tribute to John Cage. As we celebrate our centennial, we're looking back at some of these important figures, movements, as I said, and evenings, but we're also looking to the future, looking for and working with artists who are making new sounds with instruments we know and making new instruments to show us some things that we didn't even know we needed to hear. So I'm sure you'll notice that a lot is on stage that you have seen, but you're going to hear a piano, for example, in a completely new way tonight. So thank you all for coming, and please enjoy the show.
Thank you. It was really nice to get a phone call from Town Hall to say, this is our Centennial, and we want you to do a concert reflective of a John Cage retrospective show from Town Hall in 1958. So I took a look at the program, and it's kind of an interesting ask, because one way you could do that would be just to replicate that program and sort of say, hey, let's honor the program by doing it again. But instead, we chose a couple pieces from the program, and then we have some other works that sort of, I think, show Cage's continuing influence, both to performers and composers and all of us who engage with his music in different ways, maybe we don't even realize. One fun thing about what we just performed, percussion piece called First Construction. John Cage had early percussion music where he was experimenting with all kinds of sounds. And there's a little bit of a misconception now about those pieces. They get performed in ways that are extraordinarily virtuosic, but they don't sort of have the holy shit aspects of those early performances, where he was writing for his friends and other composers at artist retreats and residencies, and they were experimenting and figuring stuff out and be like, what does that thing do? And they'd be like, I don't know, just shake it a lot. It sounds really great. I'd be like, okay, shake more. So when we got to doing this concert, I looked at this big percussion piece, and I thought, well, no, wait a minute. We don't have, there's like one, like technically, in quotes, one percussionist on the stage, but everybody can hit all of this stuff. And so we just dove in, and everybody believed they could tackle it. And I mean, they all have seemed like they're having a really great time tackling these parts, right? I know. It's been super, super fun, and I think totally in the spirit of that early period of time of discovery. So First Construction by John Cage.
And I think, so in addition to making everyone in the ensemble, except me, play percussion, we are now going to make everyone in the ensemble play the piano. And so I think, there's a lot of gratitude going around, so that you feel comfortable at something that isn't even your own instrument. The John Cage's sonatas and interludes for prepared piano were also on the original program at Town Hall. And if you've never heard a prepared piano, I hope you're really excited, because to me, it's like it makes me gleeful. And actually, Hannah and Zach and I prepared it this morning, and they were saying how fun it was. And it is, because you're taking screws and bolts and little, pieces of plastic, and you're very meticulously putting it into the piano according to his instructions. 1 3/8 inch from the dampers, 1 15/16 inches from the dampers, and really to create this unbelievable sound world. And what we've done with them, as we are a chamber ensemble, is basically created a version in which we're going to play 3 sonatas, and I will play 1 interlude. And we're playing them actually as duets, as 4-hand duets, rather than just by one person as was intended. So you will hear the very first sonata, followed by the first interlude, followed then by the 5th sonata, and ending with the 8th. So these are John Cage's extraordinary sonatas and interludes for prepared piano.
Okay. The next piece on the program is called Meta Mold by a composer named Becca Sims. This piece was funded by the Barlow Foundation, commissioned for Eighth Blackbird and 2 other ensembles. And we got the piece. What? Oh, this is the U.S. premiere. Here we go. When this came in and we were working on creating this program, it was very interesting because what Becca Sims did to create the piece was she asked the ensembles to all send 3 compositions to her that they felt were influential in the history of their group or meaningful to them or something. And so we sent 3 pieces and the others sent 3. And so she took these 9 pieces and stole from them little samples and rearranged things and put them on top of each other and manipulated those compositions and created this composition as well as the accompanying laptop part and a pretty extraordinary keyboard part that Lisa will be playing later. Cage had created a performance concept called the Music Circus. And the idea was he was always wanted to hear things in new ways and he got bored very easily. Endlessly curious, and so they would get lots of people together, and everybody would perform whatever they wanted to perform all at the same time. And you would kind of wander around, and you let your ear get drawn to whatever the next thing was. But while that was going on, other things were happening simultaneously, and then, of course, in relation to one another, you heard everything different. So this composition, where Becca has compiled, I guess, numerous other works into one things that we all hear sort of simultaneously, felt like a really great expression of some of Cage's lineage and a great opportunity to include it on this program. So U.S. premiere of Meta Mold by Becca Sims. Am I on? Okay, great. Okay. Hey, Mike, could you turn Lisa's mic on, please? Sorry, this isn't the schedule we gave Mike. It's not his fault. Lisa. Oh, yeah.
I just want to acknowledge, I think Becca wrote this piece so it could be done contained within the ensemble by having a member of the ensemble activate all of the cues in the piece, of which there are over 50. And Matthew did all of that. And it is like a virtuosic thing to accomplish. So I just want to acknowledge that. Yeah.
She's my bestie. We're going to play two pieces next. The first is called Giant's Causeway, and it'll be followed by In a Landscape. Giant's Causeway was written by a composer named Andy Akiho. Oh, yeah. He's, what, like clap, clap, clap. Yeah, no, he's great. Eighth Blackbird commissioned a set of short pieces we called micro commissions. They were just very short, like 3-minute pieces or whatever. And Andy wrote one, and we got that in the mail. And it's called Giant's Causeway. And it was so great, also, while we were working on this program, because, Giant's Causeway is, you can look it up as this extraordinary, weird rock formation, but all the rocks are very geometric, kind of like Stonehenge. I don't. Giant's Causeway, it's really cool. Okay, so that was like a nod to writing based on nature, and John Cage was so influenced by material and sounds of the natural world. Okay, so check that box. But also, we realized that Andy Akiho had used material from John Cage's In a Landscape as inspiration for this little composition. So we're playing them as a pair. What? Oh, and this is the world premiere of Giant's Causeway. So that's kind of cool. Never played it for anybody else. Just here we are, Bryant Park. And In a Landscape is just an example, I think, mostly of how beautifully John Cage could write for the piano. It's gorgeous. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to end with two pieces back to back. The first by the great Julius Eastman. Yeah, thank you. This piece is called Stay on It. And I don't know, Julius Eastman is, he's had an amazing resurgence of his work because many of his scores were sort of recently found. A bunch of scholars also kind of transcribed a lot of his work, and it's just being played more and more now. I first really discovered his work about 7 years ago, and I was so captivated by kind of the energy and the grit and the emotion of his music. And so I made this arrangement of Stay On It for the group. I listened to it so much while I was pregnant that when my daughter was born, she's now 5, but when she was born, it's like the first time she heard it outside of the womb, Julius Eastman's music, she was like, she knew it already, started to dance. And it has that kind of impact. It really stays with you. Julius was sort of famously or infamously known to have gotten in a lot of arguments with John Cage and sort of pissed him off. He was in John Cage's composition seminar at the University of Buffalo. You can read all about it on the internet if you want. But I think that, you know, the fact is that John Cage had such an influence on music of the past 100 years that it's probably a great thing that Julius Eastman pissed him off, because it gave a lot of creativity to all of the music that sort of came out of him. And so we wanted to just sort of draw that connection here on this program. So we will go right from Stay On It into John Cage's Inlets. And I think that piece is sort of best just left to experience as you will. So here we go. This is Stay On It, followed by Cage's Inlets.
Thank you.
Thank